Evening, y'all. Chief Prepper here. So, backed out of the deal on the car. I'm gonna hold on to it until I absolutely have to get rid of it, and we're not there yet. And I'm ahead. I got equity in it, so I can sell it fairly quickly, actually. So, uh, I did buy the Dodge Dart. I'll do a video about that tomorrow. It's parked now, but I still got stuff I gotta do. I got $400 in parts coming, and I gotta go to the parts store tomorrow and buy a battery and a fuel pump for it. And once I get it running, I also gotta find out. I'm pretty sure that the transmission fluid is drained, and I gotta put engine flush in it because it's black oil. I do know it runs though because the guy poured gas in the carburetor and cranked it up. So it is also a Points and Condensers car. It's a 1968 Dodge Dart. So, and I'm about this close to ordering another AC500 with the B300K batteries, and then leave open the option at a later date to pick up a third battery. The B300K batteries are less watts than the B300S, so I would consider them inferior, but that'll give me 5400 watts of power that I'm almost certain will power the deep freezes. And then if I get a third B300K battery, it will be like 8,000 watts. So I'm almost certain that will handle a fridge. So here's the thing. I think every one of you need to be looking at alternate sources of power in the event that things go sideways. So I'm going to talk about switch horses here. I think Trump is going to use the stick, and he is going to whack the fuck out of Iran. I think he's going to bomb them. So almost immediately gas will go up, right? So on top of that, I think as soon as Trump does that, China will move on Taiwan. So Trump gave them 2 months, so that may not be till May, maybe June. I don't know what the 2-month timeline is, but my understanding is there are favorable months for China to do what it wants to do, and April is one of them. So China may not wait. We do not have enough assets to deal with Taiwan and Iran. That's just the way it is. So the tariffs are causing havoc. So if you're in the stock market, then it sucks to be you. I mean, that's just the way that is. I'm sorry if you lost a bunch of money. Gold is going up. I think silver is going to join it soon. A lot of talk, a lot of bullshit, a lot of worrying being done. This is what I know. If the grid goes down, I watched a video from Magic Prepper today. He was talking about known terrorist agents in America. And one of the things that he mentioned was if we go hot on Iran, they may activate cells here in America to wreak havoc. So hopefully, I've said this many times, we have enough cowboys and cowgirls out there to deal with those fuckers. Do not be merciful. What else? Food. My discretionary cash is mostly gone for this month. I won't have any more until the end of April, late April. There is heartache on the horizon, like in the next few days probably. I have my beloved Jack Russell that I gave my wife Valentine's Day of 2010. She is fading quickly, so She's not really moving around much. We haven't been able to get her to go to the bathroom in a day and a half. She's not eating much and drinking less. More than likely it'll be Friday, Saturday, latest Monday, because the vet clinic we use is not open on Sunday. So I already called them. It's gonna cost me about $400 to have her euthanized, so that we put her. I don't want her to suffer. So she's been sick since October. It's kind of under control, but I was almost certain she had cancer, and I think that's what she's got. So, but she's got brain cancer or something in her nasal cavity. Told my wife I found out how much it was going to cost today, and she was pretty upset, and I've been crying about her on and off pretty much all day. So, with the tariffs hitting, the news I saw today was that a lot of shoes are going to be affected. So, if you had been listening to my advice in buying durable goods, buying shoes, and that kind of thing, then you maybe you won't get whacked so hard. But realize every time you use a pair of shoes, you probably, like I have 2 pairs of boots in reserve right now. I plan to buy 2 more here, lickety split, but they were only $65 last time when I first bought them. They were $195. So. Probably should invest in some really good insoles, the ones you like, that your feet like, on top of everything else, just because new shoes, new insoles sometimes. I'm still wearing insoles I was wearing around in Iraq in 2003. So I have a lap full of dog. My big boy dog is getting his lap time. He knows the house is upset right now. So the curse of having an animal that you love so much and loves you back. You outlive them. Third pet in 3 years. She's the last one that came with us when I retired from the Army and came back to Texas. So her brother left in December of 2013, and her other brother left in 21, I think. And then an adopted dog here left in 22. Had a few over the years. Last dogs, I told my wife that later if she wanted to get another Jack Russell she could, but she had to promise to take care of it after I'm gone. More likely, my wife will outlive me. So, durable goods. Just like people are going out buying cars and stuff, I would highly recommend that you buy shoes for the next 3 or 4 or 5 years if you can afford it. I know the boots that I wear, I can wear for almost 2 years. So the car I bought has got the exact same drivetrain as my wife's truck. It's points and condensers, so I got to get the brakes fixed, change out the fuel tank, blow the fuel line, change out the fuel pump. Get it running, then degunk the engine, check the fluid on the transmission, check the fluid in the rear diff, pull the front brakes, and hubs and re-grease the bearings. I'm sure they're dry. Shit was squeaking when I was getting help loading it on the trailer. And probably check the back ones too at this point. It hasn't been driven on the road and registered since 1999, so we're 16 to 17 years the last time it was driven. There's a lot of information out there. It's been out there for a couple of years that food is going to become a problem. So, I keep saying everybody's hold hands and sing kumbaya until you're the motherfucker who doesn't get any supper that night, or doesn't get any supper for fucking multiple nights. Then you ain't going to be very friendly anymore. I've been trying to talk to. He's a little bit more than an acquaintance. He's a club member for a car club, and I told him recently that I would recommend that he develop some land that he has. And he is not a fan. And I said, would you rather be in the city of San Antonio with his 1.6 million motherfuckers who ain't got no food? And he changed the subject. So this is what I would tell all you white collar motherfuckers, unless you're a doctor or a dentist or a nurse. Ain't gonna be no use for your ass. So understand that. If you wanna get your fucking hands dirty and do some fucking work, then you ain't gonna be no use for them. That's the lawyers, the businessmen, business leaders, city, town mayors. Ain't gonna be no fucking use for you. And if you're a sheriff or a cop, you better be nice to motherfuckers. You come up against the wrong motherfucker and you'll be dead quicker than shit. And ain't nobody gonna care that you were a cop or that you are a cop. World without rule of law. They will hunt people like you. Anyway, a lot of bad news in the fucking news, a lot of bad information. The warnings are out there. I watch Prepper now. He's like, they're being warned. The world is going to war. The question of when. So I would highly recommend that you get to being what I would call an advanced prepper, where you got backup power, you got solar, you got gas, you got propane, you got vehicles you can drive. You're only going to be able to drive them until you run out of gas, but the ability to drive versus walk is a huge fucking thing, coming from someone who spent 2 years in Iraq where I pretty much walked everywhere. So you realize when you do that, you don't know how much you drive right now until you start walking everywhere. And then when you start walking everywhere, you will literally wear out 2 pairs of boots in a year easily. So that's why I'm saying stack boots. So, and not cowboy boots, combat boots, hiking boots, something you can spend hours in all day, half the night. So, clothes, jackets, underwear, socks, t-shirts, soap. Keep yourself clean. A way to go to the bathroom if you're in the city and your plumbing stops. Find your closest fresh water that doesn't come out of the tap and be able to get to it. And more than likely, you're going to have to fight for it. Make sure your guns are sighted in, zeroed. I just bought a weapons light for one of my newer guns. I gotta order some shit from Midway USA. I'll probably do that soon. Order some Crimson Trace mini rails, and I gotta order a thing to put on top of my Henry rifle so I can mount the scope. Right now the scope I have won't mount. else? Plenty of ammo, like plenty. So one of the other things I gotta do, I gotta get my ass up to Bass Pro and use up my points. Normally what I do is I buy 30-06 ammo with my points. You need weapons. Would highly suggest you invest in a long piece of oak, like a walking stick, or something you can use as like a bow staff. Maybe make it into a spear. Get someone that works with steel. Get you some 1/4-inch plate steel and sharpen it and fasten it to that thing. Put a bonker on one end and then the fucking cutter on the other end. I haven't done the security thing on the front door yet. I've been kind of busy doing other stuff. Been sleeping on the couch for the last almost 2 weeks. 2 nights ago I went in the bedroom because I needed a night in the bedroom, and my wife came out here, and neither one of us got hardly any sleep that night. So and then the next day I went up to Kerrville, so came home and ran out of gas and passed out on the couch sitting up. Maybe. Okay? Yep, you okay? I think I'm going to invest in 4 or 5 bags of kitty litter, because I know you're supposed to be able to put that into a 5-gallon bucket and women can sit on it and go potty. What else? I got a bunch of work I need to do around the house. I got most of the brush burned. I'm making a new pile. We're supposed to get some rain, and then it's supposed to cool off next week. I may try and burn that and a bunch of my junk mail during that time frame. I may also try and rip off that wall out there, me and Juan, get the wall off and get the fucking new paneling up, and then start trying to get my solar array up. That way I can actually start using that instead of wall power. Anything I can take off the grid I want to right now. That's why he's gonna me spend the money for the AC500 and B300K batteries. I think if I stack the B300S and go into one port, and I stack the B300K and I go into one port, because there's 2 ports inputs for the batteries, then I think I can use that on the AC500. I just can't mix and match a battery. Like I can't put a B300S and a B300K together. It has to be K and K and then S and S. If that's the case, then I can run a power cord out to the AC500, and then I can take one of my fridges off of the grid, which is what I really want to do. So, say some other things here real quick. Look into, if you can, you live somewhere where you can have plant cactus in the corners of your fence, because most of the time when someone's going to come over the fence, they're going to come over in the corner, and then when they jump down in there, like, woohoo, sucks to be them. My little dog just woke up. This has been a longer video, so I'm going to cut it off here. Grey's Anatomy is on anyway. It's one of the shows I like to watch. Information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot. Keep an eye on Iran, and then watch for residual issues from that. Buy your durable goods yesterday if you haven't been already. As long as the shit that you need to get. If you can't do a full cast iron set, buy one skillet, and buy a Dutch oven. And that should be able to help you make many meals. Information is knowledge. The power of live a little prep a lot. Share love. Chief Prepper out.